Hey guys, Alpha Fish here. Welcome back to another Lord's Mobile video. And today we will be talking about upgrading the special buildings that need like special upgrade materials and how to get those to 25 because each of these buildings are a pain in the butt. And the buildings I am specifically talking about are the treasure trove, the battle hall, prison, um, altar, and last but not least, the academy. Because you need all of these buildings maxed out to upgrade your academy to 25. And I will tell you that regardless of whether you want tier 4 troops or not, there are a lot of other researches that are useful that you need Academy 25 in order to get. Like, it's a prerequisite. So, that's what we're talking about today. So, after looking up and some of the upgrade requirements and stuff for each building, it looks like each of these buildings, except for Treasure Trove, each of the other buildings, the altar, the battle hall, and the prison, all three of these are going to cost you about 200,000 gems for each building. So 200, 400, 600. So 600,000 gems just to upgrade three of these buildings, okay? That does not include the treasure trove. Now, the academy doesn't need any special materials, if I remember right. Check one of my other accounts, but yeah, it doesn't need any kind of special materials until you get to the 25th upgrade, which you'll need golden hammers, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So, first off, a lot of people think that it's impossible to get all of these buildings done while playing free, which that's not true at all. It's more of a progression thing over time. Um, you're basically just going to have to farm gems as much as you can and then do one upgrade at a time. You're not going to have all 600,000 gems at once and then you're like, okay, let's power upgrade these buildings. Doesn't work like that. You might be able to power upgrade them until like level 11 or 14 or something like that. But at that point, you're going to run out of gems or something, and you're going to have to start waiting for those next upgrades. Whether it's because of lack of gems or speed ups or whatever it's for. So, why are they talking about Power Rangers? Who knows? My guild, right? So, how we are going to start farming these gems, as I have, is by maxing out your treasure trove. Okay, so you want to get your treasure trove fully upgraded as quickly as possible, saving up your gems and spending your gems on nothing but these stupid crystal pickaxes for the upgrade of this thing. And I can't remember how many it cost, but I don't think it's 200,000. I think it's actually less. But because it only goes up to level 9, whereas your other buildings max out at 25, it might still cost 200,000. I can't remember how much it cost. Um, I know for one of my other accounts, the final upgrade from 8 to 9 cost 3,500, which is severely less than the upgrade materials you need for these other buildings here. So the treasure trove is going to cost you a lot less to upgrade. So if we look at the treasure trove here, you get 200,000 max deposit, or 20,000 max deposit at level 9, okay? So this is going to be your base value. Now there's research that you can do to increase that. As you see, gems invested for me is 27,000, and my payout is it's a little more than double of my invested gems, okay? So you can do research to increase this, which in turn increases the amount of profit you make off of this. I make a little more than half. Okay, so I make a little more than 27,000 gems profit every 30 days, which for a lot of you guys that aren't established as much as my account here, you guys will probably notice that this is a huge chunk more than what you guys probably have at this point. So over time, it is possible to increase this, and you can even sustain yourself on shields. But before you do that, you want to max out these buildings, because if you start sustaining your castle with shields, you're not going to be able to get these upgrades as quickly. You're not going to progress as fast as you want to. Because these buildings, later on in gameplay, these buildings are useful. Battle Hall is useful all the way through the game, but in the beginning, this prison and altar aren't really as useful to you at the beginning of the game, but towards the end it will be more useful. Um, but you do need a um, prison of 17 to be able to upgrade or to be able to build your altar for the first time. And you need a level 25 altar to get level 25 academy. And to get 25 altar, you need a 25 prison. Get 25 prison, you need battle hall at 25. So you see where I'm going with this. It's a huge chain. So you'll be able to get your battle hall to 25 and you're like, "Well, I don't need that to get the, this and that," and you'll start upgrading it, and then you'll realize, "Oh, but I need that building," and then you'll start to raise this one, and you'll be like, "Oh, but I need that building." So it's a chain reaction. This whole game is rigged like that with the growth of the buildings and stuff. I'm sure if you got to level 25 castle, you'll realize that towards the end you're like, "Oh crap, I have to go back and upgrade this building or this building." Like it's a huge chain reaction in this game for all of these upgrades. It's the same thing with the research tree. So just know that usually if you want 25 of something or max upgrade, you're going to have to max out everything below it. Most of the time, it's like that. So back to the treasure trove. In order to upgrade your treasure trove beyond level 9 to where you can get these extra benefits here, we're going to be going over to the research tree. And we're going to be going to Army Leadership. And currently I'm working on getting my max deposit to 10 out of 10, which in the beginning of the game, you'll probably not go any higher than 6 because getting that upgrade 7, it takes a long time to do that. It takes a long time just to get your 6th upgrade. Okay, so the beginning of the game, 6 is probably as high as you're going to want to go. It's what I recommend. That's what I did, and as you can see, I've done fairly well. So if you want to try to go to 10, be my guest, try it. But it doesn't show my research time because I haven't done the infirmary yet. But um, as you can see, though, as established as my castle is, I haven't gotten it to 10 yet, and it's because it costs not necessarily a lot of resources. I mean, it does, but um, the time that it takes, even with speed ups and stuff, it takes a long time. It's going to take me probably a couple of months to get this maxed out, and that's after all of my research gear and everything. So I recommend at the beginning stop at 6, okay? Because you also have to do all of this other stuff before you can even get this to 6. Like all of this, you're going to have to upgrade all of this to 6 before you can upgrade max deposit 1 to 6, alright? And there is a max deposit 2. It is in a different tree. It's kind of a pain to reach because it's really far down. I haven't really messed with it too much. So this max deposit 1 is really all you're going to want in the beginning. If you get some other stuff done, you want to come back, great, because that's what I'm doing, but start out at 6, okay? Um, let's look at what it gives you at 6, okay? So at 6 it gives you an increase of 2,700 max deposit. So that would put you at 12,700. Oh wait, no, 22,700. So that's a good little chunk of gems there. And if you get that up, where is it at? I think it just doubles whatever you have for payout. I think that's what it does. Is just doubles your invested gems. Well, not necessarily because you get all of this basic interest. You get all this interest, okay? And somewhere you get an increase of interest, and I can't remember where I got that from. Oh, interest rate. Okay, so you get an interest rate of 20%. So that's your bonus interest, and then your basic interest increases based on the deposit, right? So if you want to increase that bonus, that the interest, so you can increase your payout, you're going to want to upgrade this thing for the bonus interest, and then you'll want to do nothing but 30-day deposits forever. Like always 30-day deposits. Pay attention to your mail because when it finishes, it'll send you a mail or a letter saying that your treasure trove has completed, and that will pop up in your system mail. So it'll pop up in here. Where was my last one? If it's in here. Nope. Okay, so I've done too much stuff since the start of my last deposit, but it pops up in the system. And then you can just come over here, click it, and then this cancel button will turn into collect or something like that. Click that and then restart, max out your bar and restart it. And this is how you build your gems. Of course, there is the Coliseum, which I'm not really high in the Coliseum right now because there's like the half of the criminal alliance is in our kingdom right now, and they're taking on the higher ranks. As you can, where's the ranks? As you can see, there's BRR, SGS, FSR, like all of these people that are in here. So, um, holy crap! I know Scarlet. I'm gonna have to say hello, but anyway, that is a way to get your gems up. And then of course hunting, guys. Hunting's always a good way to get your gems, but um, that's pretty much it. Save your gems and then use your gems to buy these special materials, which I can't show you, but if you go... Okay, so one thing I do want to mention, never go into your gem store to buy these, alright? Never buy these in the gem store. Never, never, never. It's a complete ripoff, alright? Never buy your crystals, your soul crystals or your steel cuffs, crystal pickaxes. Never buy these here, alright? Whenever you need them, you can click on your upgrade or whatever, and it'll have a list of your materials that you need to upgrade, and it'll have your like crystal pickaxes or whatever, and it'll have a little plus button to get more, okay? So you click that, and you click on the resources, it'll have an X. And let me look. Dang it. Okay, so yeah, it'll have a red button with a white plus mark in it, okay? So plus mark. So you click on that, and it'll pull up a list where you can buy 1 times 10 times 100 or times 1,000. What you want to do is buy the 1,000. So right now I'm looking at crystal pickaxes, and 1,000 of these things costs 14,000 gems, okay? So yes, that is expensive, okay? But it is a heck of a lot cheaper than buying them from this gem store, okay? So do not buy them here. This is a complete ripoff. Wait till you need them, and then you'll get a special store when you look at your listed materials for the upgrade. Click on that little plus button, and it'll give you the special store with the discounts, okay? So that's where you buy your materials, not here. Alright? So you want to do that for each of your buildings. I recommend fully maxing out your treasure trove, and then after treasure trove, you want to max out the battle hall because your battle hall is very useful. After you max out your battle hall, go ahead and max out your prison. After you max out your prison, go ahead and get your altar, okay? Because you're not going to be needing this altar for a long time. Alright, unless you get salty with someone or they get salty with you and you have like this execution scroll or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but if you have one of those orders of execution, you can instantly kill someone's leader. But even then, you don't need this maxed out right away to do that, because really all this does is it gives you a bit of bonuses after you execute the guy, or if you have captured leaders, okay, you get this, and then they increase as it levels up. And then, of course, your reduction time for or your wait time for your execution wait time decreases, I'm pretty sure, with the upgrade of this building. So each of these buildings will cost you about 200,000 gems, which it sucks, but I mean, if you want to get your academy to 25, which you can't get 10 out of 10 on your army attack, defense, and health in your tree until you get this to 25. So this is definitely a must. Like, you need to get these buildings maxed out at some point. So it's going to be a slow growth. It's going to suck, but stick to this routine, and I promise you, in probably about a year's time, you'll be able to max these buildings out. A year's time. Yes, it takes a while. So try out this shortcut. It's going to benefit you. Hope you learned something today. That's it for this video, guys. See you on the next one. Peace out.